Imposter syndrome doesn't hit you when you fail. It hits you when you succeed. And if you've ever done well at something and you're still walking away feeling like a fraud, then this episode is for you. This is episode 3 of the 4 Traps series. And today we're going into the worthiness road. And this one runs deep. Okay? Because there are 4 episodes, there are 4 patterns capable interpreters get stuck in. In episode 1 and 2, they're all linked in the description box. So yeah, go watch those ones first, then come back and see this if you haven't already done so. And download the free interpreter identity audit so that you can find out which of these traps that we're talking about in this series you fall into. So let's get into it. Let me start off with a moment when we were I was in class, right? My interpreting class at the time. We were practicing something that we had just learned. Everyone was, we had a few minutes just to work on the new learning. So we then come and display and share in front of the class. So we had to work on a piece. I can't remember exactly what it is. So we had our things. So my colleagues were there waving their hands, sign language. We're preparing to become like sign language interpreters, right? Doing their thing, waving, practicing, and I'm sitting down there looking at the corner of the ceiling. Yeah, doing that. And it's not because I wasn't paying attention or I wasn't doing as told, because that is how my brain works. I have to see myself doing the thing. I have to picture it, I have to see it, right? And then I do it. So the tutor came out and, uh, why aren't you practicing? Why aren't you signing? So I tried to explain to her that I have to see myself doing the thing and like in my head doing that. So she wasn't getting it. I just said, oh, I'm dyslexic. I didn't even finish the sentence that I was about to explain. And she just stopped me and said, you're what? You're dyslexic? What are you doing here? You can't be an interpreter then. You need help. How are you going to help other people, deaf people do their thing? Like, what? Oh, I didn't know what to say. My head ringing, I need help. Oh, how am I going to help other people? And I just sat there. I don't even remember. I didn't even, like, there was nothing to say back. There was nothing. I was just in shock more than anything because it wasn't even a thing. It never crossed my mind about this is a possibility. 'Cause no one has ever said that to me before. And I'm finding out something that I love, and I thought maybe this would be my future. Is now in that space of few seconds, nobody had told me my future wasn't going to be possible. And now I see myself now withdrawing, thinking, well, what am I doing here then? As she said, what the heck am I doing here? What's the point of carrying on with this training and practicing? And the time had already dawned, I was already working as a communication support worker, working in schools and colleges, right? I was building towards that bigger thing to be this interpreter. And all of a sudden, I'm here questioning all of it. Not because I had failed anything, but because I had struggled. I mean, not even because I struggled, or it's not even the case. Because someone else's opinion became louder than my own experience. The conversation lasted a few minutes, but the story I told myself afterwards lasted much longer. Yes. I decided I was going to be that interpreter anyway, right? There was in between, but let me free you. Let me just like move on, right? I qualified. And I remember the excitement, the relief, the thinking, finally, this is it. I am that interpreter, right? Here is. But here's what nobody warned me about once I got qualified. The certification does not automatically come with the feeling that the thought would bring. I had to, I put so much to that moment of getting that certification. that when it arrived, there was still something underneath. There was still that quiet doubt, that voice asking, but are you ready? And then I had the assignment, the semi-regular thing. And a few weeks later, the work was flowing. There was no issue. I somewhat found a rhythm, right? And I felt comfortable enough to mention with this person that I was dyslexic in a conversation. Just being honest, because we've been having this great working relationship, right? And then at the end of that appointment, usually the book, I'll get books for the next one straight after that one. This time they just said, I'll let you know. And they never called back. And I tied those three things together to my condition. And then in silence. And suddenly dyslexia went from something I had learned to work with to something that I had to hide. So if anyone found out, what would they think? So now I was carrying I was carrying this secret, and then I became this extra weight on me that I did not expect to be carrying. So I only remember walking into a room full of experienced interpreters, and something happened almost immediately. Everyone had their own clique. They had their own pockets. Everyone had their own thing. They had their own conversation going on. Their own energies were happening. And I was standing there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? This is gonna expose me here. Everyone's gonna know. Like, see how fluent they are. Like, see, my good, look at the magic with the hands waving. And then when it was my turn to interpret, because we're here to co-work, right? They will see that I'm not there yet. Or I'm not it. And that thought, that I now started quietly convincing myself that that's what caused the hesitation for me. The brain freeze in the moment. I was now freezing where everything I knew how to do suddenly felt far away. I was messing up in real time in front of these people. Not because you don't know it, or I didn't know what to do. It was because I was used to spending so much energy managing what people might think, what these people are going to think. So there was nothing left in me to actually do the work that I've been asked to do. And I remember thinking, who do I think I am? Trying to be among all these people who are so good at what they do. That was a thought that was running through my mind in that moment. And then someone tells you, oh, you did well. Oh, wow. That was actually great. They're telling you stuff. And you're there. Someone said, yeah, you did great. You're blah, 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 all this chat, right? And do you know what happens when things like that happen? I dismissed it. Right? It's like, yeah, right. You did not see that one sign I did not put right, or that one I was struggling to like figure out how I'm gonna like sentence in that thing. And then you're telling me I like did okay, I'm like did fine. Those were the thoughts that were running through my head. So I don't know if you are seeing, but it's not what I think it is. Because when you do not have the belief in yourself, positive feedback does not land as confirmation. It lands as confusion. Like they must be missing something. But them telling me that, like, are they lying or something? Or are they trying to just make me go like they're like what? They probably did not notice. It's just kind of like starts sounding so confusing. And if they really knew what was happening inside of me, right, they wouldn't be saying I did a great job. And so the wound stays open. And even when everything on the outside is working, even when the feedback is good, even when You are doing the thing. The inside hasn't caught up yet. Still has that wound growing. Yeah. And this is called the worthiness wound. And it is a trap that runs beneath all of the others. It is not just doubting your skill, it is doubting your right to be there at all. And if this hits now, this is not when things are gonna like start going badly. And if this is like touching a soul thing, this is not when things are gonna go well either. Because success raises the stake. And raising the stake makes the wound even feel more dangerous. So if you ever find out that I'm not really that good, what if they can, I can't repeat what I've just done? What if this thing that just happened here was a fluke? That's the wound talking. That's not reality. That's what we're just like what's playing on our minds. It is nothing. And this is what I now want you to understand. You are not an imposter. You are someone whose internal story has not yet caught up with your external achievements. Right? Your CV changed, your qualification has changed, your experience grows, but your story that was planted in that classroom, in my situation, whatever that is for you, the one that was said, maybe you don't belong here, the story that did not automatically update. And until it does, no amount of feedback, qualification, or experience will flip or fill that gap. Because the gap was never about your ability, it was about your identity. So, what do we do with it then? What do we do? We start naming it, not hiding it, not pushing through it. Name it. There it is. The wound, worthiness wound. I see you because it's here. What is it I've learned? When you do that, the wound loses its power. The moment you stop pretending it's not there, you don't have to fix it all at one time. You just have to stop letting it make decisions for you without you noticing it. So the next time you get positive feedback and your brain immediately starts looking for, oh yeah, you made that mistake. Oh yeah, this one happened there, and that one. Try this instead. Just receive it. Not agreeing with it immediately, not performing gratitude. Just receive it. Share it. Say it to yourself. I'm going to let it land. No justification, nothing. Just take it in. Feel it. Just gonna sit with that for a moment. Just hear it. Don't justify it. Don't cherry up nothing. Before you argue with it, just receive it. Because your nervous system needs practice in receiving evidence that you are enough. You're not gonna believe it all the first time, or even the fifth time. But every time you let it land, instead of immediately dismissing it, you are closing that gap. Just one piece of evidence at a time. You know, I like to when I was finding it difficult in receiving feedback or what people say that are great about me, I would just when someone says it, I would just make a fist in my hand and just squeeze it and just nod and maybe smile. And when thoughts or whatever is coming in, I just like focus on the words. Just say thank you. And that's it. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to explain what happened. You don't need to do anything. Just take it in. Or you can just put your hand on your heart. It's the other thing I do. And just like, sit, sit, and, and just hold it in. And when next you need that feeling, just squeeze your hand again and you get back into the heart. Get in one rep at a time to get this worthiness one off us. If not, oh, you did so good. Oh, you're that. No. So, okay. So what do we do? From here on out until it becomes correctly. So that conversation in the classroom for me lasted a few minutes, right? And I gave it years of my life, years of carrying that story that was never mine to carry in the first place. You have achieved more than you give yourself credit for. And part of you already knows that, right? The work now is letting the inside catch up with what outside has already shown. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not an imposter. You're just someone who has been carrying a story that is ready to be put down. If the wordiness wound resonates with you, if you saw yourself in any of those 4 moments that I shared, go and download the Acceptor Identity Audit, because it will show you exactly which trap is most active in you right now. The link is in the description box. It's free, completely free, and come back tomorrow for the final episode, episode 4. This is the burnout circle. It's the last trap, and honestly, possibly the most important one. I'll see you there. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters and it is your time. Bye for now.